Concrete Contractor Insurance. If you own a concrete business where you install sidewalks, patios, slabs, footers, foundations, flatwork, decorative concrete, driveways, you're the concrete man. You are installing commercial, maybe residential, maybe even industrial. What coverage do you need? What is the cost? And then also, how can you get a quote? So I'm going to go through this right now. I'm going to go through the coverage cost along with the coverage and then end with how you can get a quote. My name is Nate Jones. I'm the owner CEO of Wexford Insurance. We insure over 100 concrete contractors clear across the nation, from California to New York, down to Texas, down to Florida, down to Arizona, everywhere. So we're a national independent insurance agency with access to over 150 insurance companies. What coverage do you need as a concrete contractor? The first coverage, bare minimum, if you're starting out, one-man shop, general liability. This covers if you cause property damage. Let's say you're moving a skid steer around the back, or maybe you're taking concrete around the back and the homeowner says, what the heck, you just hit the side of my house. Even if you didn't, even if you did, maybe you caused damage to their house, damage to some part of their property, it covers you for that. Let's say you're, grading some land to prep some concrete and you hit an electrical line or anything, or a gas line or something like that. Crazy things, general liability covers you. It also covers bodily injury. Let's say someone's kid runs out back and jumps in the concrete and gets hurt or something, and it's not even your fault, but the homeowner wants to sue you. Or the commercial contractor, somebody gets hurt because you're working on the side and they just ran in there or something crazy happened. Bodily injury covers, general liability covers that. Okay, so that's bare minimum for a small shop. That's anywhere from $500 to $1,000 for the year, and then as you get bigger, it goes up from there based on your payroll. Okay, the next coverage is property and contractors equipment. So if you have skid steers, excavators, mixing tools, all your tools are covered under an inland marine contractor's equipment policy. If you have a shop, we can also do property insurance for the shop. That covers if they're stolen, if they're damaged, caught on fire, electrocuted, everything that could possibly kind of go wrong. There is some exclusions in there that we'll note with you, but that's what contractor's equipment covers. Next thing you need is workers' compensation. Workers' compensation covers your workers, employees, 1099ers, while they're working for you if they get injured on the job. And I said 1099ers on purpose because a lot of people think that if they 1099 somebody, they don't have to cover them on work comp. Most states look at a worker as how you treat them, not how you pay them. How you treat them, not how you pay them. Okay, so if I pay somebody cash, if I pay somebody 1099, but I tell them when to be there, provide them tools for the job, how many hours they work, by that state, they're more than likely deemed an employee. So if they get injured on the job, they could be entitled to workers' compensation benefits. That means they're going to go get a lawyer, and the lawyer's going to come after you and say, hey, you got to pay for his injuries. Here's a judgment. We've seen over $100,000 judgments because people thought they could 1099 somebody and not cover them on work comp. So it's super important that you delineate. If someone's an independent contractor, they have their own insurance, subcontractor agreement, all that. Okay, we always help people with that and make sure that's very well known at Wexford Insurance. The next thing is commercial auto liability. You have trucks, you're driving them to the job, you have dump trucks maybe, you have trailers. Having a commercial auto policy is super important if you have an LLC or a corporation to keep it separate from you personally. Again, contractors equipment, I forgot to go through the cost. That's like $500 at the minimum, all the way up to like $2,000 depending on the amount of equipment you have for the year. Work comp, you're looking at about $1,000 depending on the state per $50,000 to $60,000 in payroll. So that kind of goes up with your payroll. Commercial auto in the conservative states, Indiana, Iowa, and the Midwest, you're looking at about $1,000 a truck. Then if you get out of California, New York, and Florida, you're looking at $2,000 to $3,000 a truck for your commercial auto insurance. Okay, that covers the vehicles and the liability up to $1 million. And so what we usually suggest. If you get into commercial work or industrial work, you'll likely need an umbrella liability policy. An umbrella liability policy sits over the general liability, commercial auto liability, and workers' compensation. It's an umbrella that sits over all three of those liability coverages. For example, somebody gets hurt on the job, maybe it's a pedestrian, and they file a $2 million claim. Well, your general liability covers $1 million, and let's say you have $1 million umbrella. The general liability covers the first $1 million, the umbrella covers the next $1 million. Also, you may need bonds. Costs about $700 to $1,000 usually if you need it. Sometimes it's even less depending on the state. Bonds, license permit bonds, performance bonds, bid bonds, we do all those. Super easy. Usually the license bonds for you to work in specific cities are only $100, $125, super easy. We turn those around within 5-10 minutes. Very quick, very easy. Okay, so those are the coverages you need. How can you get a quote? Well, you can reach out to us at Wexford Insurance. If you look at the first comment, it'll be pinned, have our phone number and how you can request a quote, or you can go to the bio of this video and fill it out. We have a whole team of agents. We sit in Indiana, but we help companies across the nation. Again, we work with over 100 concrete contractors. So we understand your business, and we're an independent agent with over 150 insurance companies. So if your renewal goes up, we'll quote you out somewhere else. We like to be hands-on and make sure that we help you grow your business. So if you're looking for a quote, reach out to us today. Please like and subscribe. That helps us. Thank you.